I'm Greg, an IP Centrex coordinator with Cox Business Services. I'm here to introduce you to your new IP Centrex handset. This will be a quick 10 to 15 minute training that we will split between two different videos. Cox Business Services and the IP Centrex team want to deliver the best services possible, and we want you to have the best experience possible. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. This is the Polycom 411 handset. We're going to go over the physical characteristics of the handset first, and then in video 2 we'll put a phone call on the phone and show you how to move phone calls throughout the system. We're going to start in this upper left hand corner. You're going to see a private telephone number. All IP Centrex phones from Cox have a private telephone number on it, or what Cox refers to as the DID, or direct inward dial number. Please note that your administrator has the right to turn off calling to your private DID. Moving down from there, we have the intercom feature. The intercom is the walkie-talkie of the phone system. Say you need to quickly talk to Bob over in accounting, and he sits at extension 8925. Just hit intercom, Bob's extension, pound. As soon as you hear that beep, you know that the intercom is active, and you're able to have your two-way communication with Bob. Now, something special about this configuration, you will notice we have line 1 and line 2. This is what we refer to as a line key system. If line 1 is busy, it will roll to line 2. If line 2 is busy, it will roll to wherever your administrator and your IP Centrex coordinator designated it roll. Moving down from there, we have the park and retrieve feature. Please note that park and retrieve will not be on all handsets, but we will cover that further in our second video when we start handling phone calls. Moving down from there, we have the home button, which will take you into the home screen. Now, I know we live in the age of iPhones. Everything looks so pretty, right? You should be able to... Just letting you know, this is not a touch screen phone. To navigate through the home screen menu, use the navigational wheel and then hit the center button for enter. Now, we usually don't use these screen very often because everything you can do in here, we can do with these soft keys down below. And for us, it's quicker. But you feel free to play around in that home screen as much as you like. There's nothing you can do to mess up the phone. Anything that's sensitive will be password protected. Moving down from there, we have the speakerphone. And under that, the all-important mute button. When the mute button is red, you're free to say anything you'd like. When the mute button is not red, please note that your customer will be able to hear you. Next to that, you'll see the volume rocker. The volume rocker is responsible for your ringtone volume. It's also responsible for your speakerphone volume, and it's also responsible for your handset volume. It all depends upon which one you have active at the time. Next to that, you will see the hold button. It's the little picture of the phone with the pause sign on it. Now, the hold button is just used to place your caller on hold so you can go to the fax machine or whatever you need to do. But in the line key configuration, you can also place that caller on hold and ask somebody else to assume that line. Moving up from there, we have the voicemail button. On the back of the pamphlet that was handed to you with your phone, you will see something that says Initial Voicemail Setup, or Setting Up Your Voicemail. Please follow those instructions after hitting that button, and you will quickly have your voicemail activated and ready to go. Moving up from there, they have a hard-coded transfer button. I usually don't like to use this button because one will appear up here when I have a phone call on the phone, but we will show you that again in video 2. Up here, we have the redial button. That will immediately call the last person that you initiated a phone call to. Next to that, we have the directory. The directory is a built-in contact list, just like your cell phone. You can come in here, choose the contact directory, hit add, type their first name, last name, telephone number, and hit save. Once you do that, they will appear in your list right here. You can highlight their name and hit dial. Next to that, we have a new call button which will initiate a speakerphone call. Hit more. We have call forwarding. Please note, The call forward feature does not call forward your main line anywhere. It call forwards your private DID or extension anywhere in the world as long as you know the digits. So say you're in maintenance, or say you're a lawyer and you have to go out and take a deposition, but you still want to be able to receive your phone calls. All you have to do is hit forward, where it says always disabled, hit select, type in your telephone number, and then hit enable. You will notice that the icon next to your phone number changes to a bouncing arrow. That signifies that your call forwarding is on. To turn it off when you come back into the office, hit call forward. Where it says always enabled, hit select, then hit disable. You will notice that the icon returns to normal. The next option we have is Do Not Disturb, DND. DND is some people's favorite button because we know when you're busy, the last thing you want to be done, the last thing that you want to happen is someone to interfere with your work with a phone call. So, Do Not Disturb is a great feature. You can come in here and hit Set All, and it will put Do Not Disturb on every phone line that comes into the phone. Now, there's one inherent problem with this. If you look at that screen, is there a big banner that says, "Hey, you're on Do Not Disturb"? No, there isn't. Unfortunately, all it does is it turns that little itty bitty icon to a red dot with a white line in it. So, I can't tell you how many phone calls we take in a month where someone's like, "Hey, I haven't received a phone call in a week and a half." We're like, "Is your Do Not Disturb on?" Oh yeah. So please watch out for this in the future. To turn off your Do Not Disturb, all you need to do is hit Do Not Disturb, clear all. You will notice that all your icons return to a green circle with a check mark. Moving on, we have Call Return. Call Return will just return the phone call of the last phone call that came into your handset. That is the physical characteristics of the Polycom 411 handset. Please check out video 2 where we will place a phone call on the phone and show you how to move phone calls throughout the system.